Hello everyone. So today I'm happy to present this 2014 Audi A6 Allroad. And special thanks to McGinley Motors, situated in Letterkenny, County Donegal, for allowing me to do a review and test drive of this A6 Allroad today. For all contact information in regards to the dealership, please see the description box below. So in today's review, we'll be looking at the interior of the car. I'll explain how all the features work, also start it up, look at the engine, go over the performance data. I'm also going to take the car on a detailed test drive. So let's get started, and I think we'll look around the exterior first because I suspect it could rain soon. It's been raining on and off all day. So there's two versions of the Allroad. There's the standard one which we have here, and there's the Allroad Sport. This particular car is finished in midnight blue metallic. It has automatic bag xenon projector headlamps with the signature LED running daylights, as well as chrome trim. Now, one thing that really sets the Allroad off from a standard A6 estate is the bumpers, and as you can see, the wheel arches are also slightly different as well, just to give it a different look from a normal A6 estate. This particular one also has tinted rear windows, as well as the aluminium roof rails. Now, the standard A6, which I have here, normally comes with 18-inch 5-spoke alloy wheels, but this one has been fitted with the optional 19 inches. They look quite nice. It also has 4-wheel ventilated steel disc brakes, as well as an independent McPherson strut front suspension and a multi-link rear suspension. LED indicators on the exterior mirrors. And coming around to the rear, this car is also fitted with parking sensors as standard, LED taillights, and dual polished exhausts. So as you would expect, the boot in a car like this is very big. It has up to 565 litres of room. You can see yourself just how big it is. You also got this cargo cover, which is of course removable. And then you got handles on each side here, like this one, for folding the rear seats. And then you just got a storage net off to the right. And of course the boot is the exact same size as it would be in a normal Audi A6 estate. As a matter of fact, the dimensions are almost the exact same. And then to close it in this particular car, just press the button. So let's go ahead and check out the back seats. And before we do, you can just see what I mean here about the wheel arches. Slightly different material here, different type of plastic, and it's painted in what looks to be a light blue contrasted with grey. Doesn't look too bad. It actually blends well with the midnight blue metallic. And this car has the standard Milano black leather interior, and also on all the door sills it just has the Allroad. Legroom back here is excellent, as you would expect, and it has a very good amount of headroom as well. A very spacious and comfy car, no doubt. And then the center armrest here. You got your first aid kit, and it also has cup holders here. Now, although you do have a middle seat, as you can clearly see, the tunnel bulges all the way up, so there would be probably next to no legroom at all for anyone sitting in the middle. You probably have to rob the footwells of each side of the car. Also got rear ventilation, a bit of storage, and 2 power outlets down here. Now, most Audis these days are very customizable. You can do a lot of options as well with the A6 Allroad. Lots of different colours and wheels and so on to choose from. I think it's a very good looking car. This is of course the current generation, and as you can tell by the registration plate, this car is in from England. It was actually traded for a brand new Range Rover Sport. So let's go ahead and check out the interior features. The windows. Turn off the rear fog lamp, and we'll put the headlights back into automatic and turn turn off the hazards. So this car has a keyless ignition, nicely designed key fob with a bit of chrome at the bottom. If I just keep the key fob itself in my pocket, you got your main engine start stop button located there. Just put your foot on the brake and press the button to start. So this car's got 17,348 miles on the clock so far. It also has a 3-spoke leather wrap multifunction steering wheel with electric rack and pinion power assist. And you got your main multifunction controls for the LCD screen located off to the left, as well as your volume control, mute, satellite navigation, as well as the voice command. So if I just use the controls on the left here, I can briefly demonstrate the screen. So you got 4 main screens to choose from. The first one is your driving data. Shows you things like your average fuel consumption, average speed, short and long term memories. If I press the right arrow, you got your main controls here for going to the radio stations. And when you have your phone Bluetooth, you can operate it on this screen. And then you got your navigation. So when you have a sat-nav destination all set up, it displays here, but when you don't, like I have at the moment, it just displays the compass. Very nice display. And really is as simple as that. You just use these main controls here for going up and down. You use this one, and then you got your left and right arrows. Fairly simple. And then located below here, you got your cruise control stock. So coming into the center, you see this retractable screen. Now when you start up the car, it folds out, but you can also put it away just by pressing this button. But the radio will still stay on. And the radio itself has pretty good sound quality. You got your main volume control located here, and you can also push it in to turn on and off the radio. So we'll go through the Mmi system. Now I've used this before in Audi, so I'm pretty familiar with it already. You got all your main controls located down here. You also got this keypad for navigating through your radio stations. But these controls located down here are the main ones for the Mmi. So you got your main wheel here for moving around and making selections, and you also got these 4 different buttons here to correspond with the 4 quadrants that you see there: memory, waveband, functions, and settings. So we use the wheel and we can scroll up and down through the radio stations, and as I said, you can select between the waveband, your different functions, and your different audio settings. So if I click menu, so you got your main selections operated from here. So at the moment we're on radio. Media, very handy to have this. When you have your phone Bluetooth to the car, you can play any music that's on your phone through this setting. You also got your satellite navigation display, excellent quality, looks really nice. And then you got your main traffic information, and you can also pair your phone to the Bluetooth system from here and operate it. And then the final one here is car. Now you do have the Audi Connect as well. This is the main online assistance, but you do need to get that set up. In the car mode, there's actually a shortcut button for it located here. You just press that. You can set the car up as you wish. So we got individual. If I just click into that, sorry if I have to press the bottom right button for that. You can set up things like the engine and the gearbox, the air suspension, the steering, and the cornering light. Now this would be handy if there's more than one person driving this car and they want to have the car set up to their own style. So you got your main controls here for dynamic. You can leave the car also in automatic mode, so it will adjust itself as it's driving along. You also got comfort mode, efficiency, and all-road, which we'd use for any light off-roading. And all modern day all-road Audis come with an adjustable air suspension. As you can see, you can just operate it using the top left button located right here. And that is the main basis of the Mmi system. It is, handy enough to use. It does take a little getting used to. You can also set it up as well, as you can see in the top right, and you can adjust things like the language, units of measurement, display brightness, and your system updates, as well as data encryption. So there's a lot to go through. If you're not familiar with this system, you would have to sit down and study it for a while, but I've used it before, so I'm fairly familiar with it. And also, if you're driving along and you don't want the screen sticking out like that there, you can just simply fold it away. So below that, you got your main controls located down here for the CD player. Just got your eject button, but if you press open, this thing opens up here. 2 SD card slots, and you can also plug your SIM card in there. And you also got your main start-stop system, as well as the park assist, hill descent, and your traction control as well. And then located below that, you got your climate controls. You also got 3-stage heated front seats. And located down here, good bit of storage. as well as your electronic parking brake and the auto hold feature. And this car also comes with the 7-speed automatic gearbox. Now it's actually called S-tronic. Just hold in the button to go between park, reverse, and the screen comes up, as well as your parking aid, neutral and drive. And when in drive you can change gears manually using the gear lever itself, or you can use the paddles mounted on the back of the steering wheel, the left one for shifting down and the right one for shifting up. And further into the center console, you got 2 cup holders, a leather mounted armrest, which is really nice to have, with 2 storage areas. You also got a power outlet there, as well as this plug-in for the multimedia interface. And this car also has an auto dimming interior mirror. And also you got your boot release located just down there. So the A6 Allroad does come with a lot of standard equipment. I don't believe there are any options on this other than the wheels. So the interior is a really nice place to be. Spacious, comfortable, well equipped as I said. So let's power on the A6 and see how it sounds. Okay, so we're setting off in the A6 Allroad. So first impressions, well, I was just after driving it out of a multi-story car park there, and the one thing you do notice about it is how big it is, especially when driving it down a multi-story. You do have to be very careful with it. You need to really be checking your mirrors and blind spots with a very large car like this and a narrow multi-story with high curbs. So, you know, it's just something you need to be careful with. But out here on the open road, so far, it seems pretty nice. It's quiet, and the gear changes from the 7-speed S-tronic gearbox are excellent. They're very smooth and crisp. You barely notice them. Okay, so we're just coming out to the dual carriageway here, and we'll see what the power is like. Well, it's quick. It is very quick. Excellent acceleration from this thing. Wow, it is quite a big heavy car, but it does pull very well. And the reason why is because underneath the bonnet we have a 3-litre TDI turbo diesel. Now you can only have a 3-litre diesel engine with the Allroad. It puts out 214 horsepower, top speed of 143 miles per hour and 369 foot-pounds of torque, and it's estimated this car can do about 51 miles to the gallon. Now the Allroad is also only available with the Quattro 4-wheel drive system, which you can really feel it in this car, because when you put your foot down, the acceleration is just immediate. It's really, really good. And the thing is, even though it's a fast car, it's quiet and it's comfortable and it's refined, and it's actually very, very pleasant to drive. It's a really cool, relaxing long distance cruiser. However, there is one thing that's been kind of troubling me since I was researching this car. If you were to buy a standard A6 Estate SE with the 3-litre diesel that's in this, that costs you €62,700. This one costs €64,500. And one thing that's on my mind is it really worth the €1,800 price gap of buying the Allroad over the A6 SE with the same 3-litre diesel engine? Now, there are a good variety of petrol and diesel engines available. You can have manual and automatic gearboxes and front or 4-wheel drive. So there's a lot of customization. So I don't know. I mean, I'd imagine the SE does come with a lot of good standard equipment, especially on a modern day Audi A6. It's going to come with most of the equipment that's in this car. But is it worth the €1,800 price gap? I'm not too sure. I mean, this Allroad is all about 4-wheel drive, and it's meant to be able to off-road. But realistically, no more than people that buy Range Rovers and BMW X5s, this thing will never drive off-road. I can guarantee you, nobody who buys these things drives them off-road. I think the all-road thing may be somewhat of a gimmick, really. They tell you can drive off-road, you got your air suspension and your hill descent and whatnot, but really, is anyone going to take this thing off-road? I don't think they will. Okay, so we're going to try the acceleration again. We'll put it in manual mode and use the paddle shifters. Very good response from the paddle shift. Just drop it down again into fourth, into third. It's really, really quick, so it is. The acceleration in this car is instant, especially with the four-wheel drive system as well. You really do pull off very quickly. And the best thing is, even under hard acceleration, it's very quiet in here, as I was saying earlier, and it's relaxing. I'll just put it back in automatic mode. And it's just such a lovely car to drive overall. We've got an open stretch, so foot down. This is a very fast car. And the thing is, it's not even a fast one. There's actually two other power outputs that you can get from this 3-litre diesel for the Allroad. And, you know, I mean, 214 horsepower in this is excellent, but you can get more than that. Now, realistically, you probably don't need more, but this here, I think, is more than enough. I'm pretty impressed with this car overall, actually. I think it looks nice from the outside. It's got very good standard equipment. The engine and the gearbox are excellent, and the Quattro 4-wheel drive system would be handy if you're doing any kind of mild off-roading, but it's also great when you stick it into the bends on back roads. Speaking of which, we're actually going to head out to some back roads now and see what the overall ride quality is like. So out here in the back roads, I find that the A6 Allroad is really nice to drive. The handling going around some of these bends is excellent. There's good response from the steering, and the Quattro 4-wheel drive system really makes the car feel planted. And then when you go over some of the bumpier bits like I was earlier, the air suspension really does its job. It's comfortable, it's relaxing, it irons out all the bumps. It's a very, very nice ride. I think if we just engage manual mode and drop it down a gear going around this next bend, we can have a little bit of fun with the car. In the second, and just power on. No doubt, this is one of the nicest cars I've driven. Come into another left-hander, add power. Okay, so we're just nearing the end of the review now. Overall, I think the A6 Allroad is an excellent car. I think it looks nice, it has a lovely interior, and it is such a nice car to drive. The diesel engine in this, 3 litres as I said, plenty of power. I mean, it's quiet, it's relaxing to drive, it's excellent on the back roads, it handles very well, and it absorbs all the bumps like they're nothing. And you've got plenty of power, 214 horsepower and 369 foot-pounds of torque. It really is a very good car, but as I was saying earlier, you know, it's up to everyone's personal, you know, preferences and whatnot. Do you buy the A6 Allroad for an extra €1,800 over an A6 SE with the same diesel engine? I don't know. I mean, as I said, I don't think anybody will ever off-road one of these things. I think it's just all a big styling kit with an air suspension. For up to me, I think I would just buy an A6 Avant Estate, a normal one. But overall, it's an excellent car. This one's for sale right now for €49,950. So please check the description box for any more information on McGinley Motors, and I'll also have the link for the advert in this car listed there. So for now, thanks for watching.